Hello, 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 hello. I am recording Friday's segment, Feel Good Friday, since I was not able to go live. The topic, the joy of showing up real. The joy of showing up real. A weekly theme, mask off, real life versus performance. Real life versus performance. So Wednesday's segment was Wellness Wednesday theme, but that the topic was unmasking for peace, showing up real. So that's what we discussed on Wednesday, unmasking for peace and showing up real. And today we're going to dive in the joy of showing up real. So what happens once you show up real? Okay. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are watching this episode. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Grab your cup of cocoa, coffee, tea, or whatever you're sipping. Get cozy and let's chat. Welcome to Feel Good Friday here on Cup of Cocoa and Chat. So today's Feel Good Friday focus is about the joy of showing up real. We will discuss what happens when we drop the mask, because true joy comes from being fully ourselves. I am Princess, host of Cup of Cocoa and Chat, right here on YouTube. This is where we sip, share, and start the day with intention, encouragement, and a little something warm for the soul. I'm usually live every Wednesday and Friday morning. I start on the app Favorited at 6:30 a.m. And at 7 o'clock, I bring in Facebook and YouTube. And I'm on around up until about 8 o'clock, the latest. Bringing you real talk, inspiration, community love, and all the cozy morning vibes. And when you want more or need a little more, you can catch new episodes of Cup of Cocoa and Chat, the podcast, every Monday. And you can catch that either on Spotify or right here on YouTube. And for that midweek boost, I share extra doses of motivation, inspiration, and information on Tuesdays and Thursdays across my platforms. So stay connected, encouraged, and let's all grow together. Okay? So today, the Cocoa Chat question. And I will place the Cocoa Chat question in the comments. What's one moment, online or offline, when you showed up really this week and it brought you joy? What's one moment, either online or offline, when you showed up really this week and it brought you joy? And you can put your answers in the comments, and I will definitely celebrate you, okay? So here's my answer for that question. This week, my moment of showing up real was not being able to show up live Friday, okay? Since Thursday, I did not have internet. Not because of a internet issue or my internet provider's problems. It was because of non-payment. I'm being very transparent here, right? I'm showing up real. Because if I can talk about it, if I can preach about it, in other words, I have to show it, right? I can't just talk about it or preach about it and not be about it. So since Thursday, I didn't have internet because of non-payment. And so when I tried to work off of my phone's hotspot. I couldn't use both of my devices, my laptop and my iPad, that I normally need to go live. So instead of pretending everything was fine, I had to accept it, be honest about it, and trust that I could come back when I could. So here I am today, just recording. I just recorded Wednesday segment. Now, I didn't go live Wednesday just because I was in a dark space. Right? So I didn't go live on Wednesday, and Friday I was unable to because of the non-payment issue. But here I am today recording the segment, and that brought me joy. Just being transparent, just not wearing that automatic mask that I'm okay when I'm not okay, because not having internet cost me a whole entire day of work. I couldn't show up for you guys like I normally do. So yeah, it cost me a whole day of work, right? But it brought me joy to know that I'm going to be transparent about this. I'm going to take the mask off because everything wasn't okay. It just wasn't. And that reminded me that showing up real isn't always about being visible. It's also about being honest with yourself and others when things aren't perfect. Because things are not perfect. Things are not perfect all the time. They're not perfect all the time. Just like just now, I got the notification that I needed to charge my phone. So things are not perfect.
Thank you, baby.
All the time, right? Now, before we jump into today's goal and talking points, let's take a moment for our root check. Take a deep breath in, pause, and let it out slowly, and then pause again. So it should look something like this. Now I want you to check in with yourself. Are you showing up today as your real self? Or are you still wearing that mask? Because if you watch the episode on Wednesday, I told you to drop it. I told you to breathe and just watch that mask slowly drop. But there's no judgment here, just all awareness. No judgment. This is a judgment-free zone, just awareness. And together, let's anchor in today's micro affirmation. So today's micro affirmation that I will also place in the chat is, I celebrate the real me, and that is enough. I celebrate the real me, and that is enough. I celebrate the real me, and that is enough. So say it with me and then pause. I celebrate the real me, and that is enough. Again, this time stronger. I celebrate the real me, and that is enough. One more time with joy. I celebrate the real me, and that is enough. So that was beautiful. Let's carry that into our conversation today. So now that we're grounded, here's our goal for today. For today's Feel Good Friday. We are celebrating the joy of showing up. All week under our theme, Mask Off, Real Life versus Performance, we've been talking about the ways we hide Whether it's filters online, brave faces at work, or putting on a performance for our family or church. Today we're today we're leaning into the flip side of that, the freedom and the joy that comes with it when we drop our mask. So Wednesday we talked about the peace, and now we're going to get into the joy that comes when we drop the mask. Our talking points today: social media side, celebrate the real trends. Offline side, celebrate mask free. And number 3, showing up real and how that connects us to joy. So, let's get into the online realness. Social media can make it look like everyone's got it all together. Those of you that are on social media, I know when you're scrolling and you see the people before you and they look like they got it all together. Perfect makeup, perfect lighting, spotless house. But some of the posts I love the most are the real ones. So Wednesday I talked about how you see the trends, the dance trends, and how many takes it may have taken for them to get that perfect video. But I want to see more of the bloopers, if you will. I guess that's what they call them, the bloopers. Or that first take where it wasn't so perfect, where it was just you trying to get the steps, trying to get the rhythm. I think that would be more authentic and more funnier and would resonate more with people. Not saying that that perfect one didn't resonate with some, but I believe that that first take would resonate so much more because it would be the realness. It would be the realness. It will show you, this is what it looks like when you're doing this, right? This is what it looks like. I didn't do this on one take. I didn't do that perfect one on one take. This is what it took to get to that real, not that real, but that last take. This is the real take. And that last one is the performance, because that had to be perfect. That had to be perfect. So that no makeup selfie where someone says, "This is me today, y'all." Or that messy kitchen where someone admits they're behind on the dishes. Those are the ones I like. Or still dancing to their, if they're in their kitchen and they're cleaning up, or it's messy and they're dancing to their favorite song. Those are the videos I enjoy, right? And that's me, right? Because I know behind the scenes what it took for them to make it perfect. So I would rather see the more vulnerable posts, the more transparent posts, right? Because to me that's real life, and that's more about honesty, and it connects with so much more than polished perfection. Because when I see that, I say I'm not the only one, right? I just did a video online probably about a month ago. And it was from one of the rappers' line in her song. Was it Lotto? I can't even remember who it was. But the anxiety, the thing, I did that video before I posted it so many times. I got a lot of views on it. But just think of the views I would have got if I had just assed it up. Can I say assed it up? If I messed it up the very first time. Because I did. And if I had shown it to my audience, would it have gone over just as well or maybe better? I don't know. So that's the online realness, right? Now let's get to the offline realness. The offline, because not everybody's on social media. I get it. But think about it. How many masks do we wear without even noticing? So at work, you might be the strong one, as I talked about on Wednesday. With your family, you might be the peacemaker. In church, you might be the encourager. But some of your best moments of joy come when you drop all of that because when you're laughing so hard that you got tears rolling down your face, that's the real you. Or when you finally say no without feeling guilty, that's the real you. Or when you're just silly with your kids, or in my case, grandkids, in your living room. That's the real me. That's when joy shows up. It's not when we're performing. It's not when we're wearing the mask. That's not when joy shows up for us. Just when you are not performing, when you've dropped the mask, when you are your authentic self, that's when you feel the most joy. And you may think, no, I don't know. Yeah, it is. That's when you feel the most joy. Because when you know that you have been transparent, when you know that you have been honest, when you know that you are showing yourself as who you really are, you don't feel that anxiety. You don't feel that nervousness. You don't feel all of that. Those butterflies don't come because you're not performing for anyone. You're being yourself. And trust me, that is far more better than performing. Just showing up as yourself, your authentic self, is much more better than performing for anyone. Because God sees it all. He knows already that that wasn't you. You know that that wasn't you. It's those people that you're performing for that don't know who the real you are. So that's where the connection is lost. There's no connection there. How can you connect with someone when you're showing up, performing for someone? You're not connecting. Because you're not on that stage. You're not pretending to be another character that people love. We're talking about real life here. We're not talking about the arts and the movies and the TV shows. We're not talking about that. We're talking about real life, real connection, real joy, and real peace. So the joy of showing up real, here's the beautiful part of that. When you show up real, you're giving yourself a gift. And that gift is joy. It's like a weight lifts off your shoulders. You don't have to hold everything together or pretend you're fine when you're not. And joy doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from being present. Just being present for yourself and for others. Just being you. And guess what? When you do that, you make it easier for the next person to do the same thing. That's freedom. That's freedom. So let's tie it all back to our weekly theme. All week we've been talking about mask off, real life versus performance. Today, I want us to celebrate the reward of taking those masks off. I want us to experience that joy. I want us to experience the freedom, the lightness. So again, here's the Coco and Chat question that I gave you earlier. What's one moment, online or offline, when you showed up authentically this week and it brought you joy? So you can drop your answers in the comments. You can DM me, or you can email me at cupofcocoandchat@gmail.com, because I want to celebrate you. I want you to tell me what's that one moment, whether it was online or offline, when you showed up authentically for yourself this week or for others, and it brought you joy. I want to know about it. I want to celebrate you. I really do. Let's reflect on this. When we drop the mask, not only do we save energy, because it takes far more energy to perform. So when we drop the mask, not only do we save energy, but we also create deeper connections. People can love the real us and not the performance. Think about that. When you drop the mask, not only do you save energy, but we also create deeper connections. People can love the real us and not the performance. Okay? On to our faith and Coco moments. And that comes from 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 17. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. Oh, I can't talk today. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's freedom. And that ties into dropping the mask and the freedom and the joy that comes when we live authentically. So that brings us right into the quote of the day. Joy is found when we stop pretending and start living. That's by an unknown author. Joy is found when we stop pretending and start living. And that's called the joy of showing up. The joy of showing up. Just as simple as that. Joy is found when we stop pretending and start living. So that unknown author had the right idea about this whole journey that we live in, the mask that we wear. Joy is found when we stop pretending and start living. So our closing affirmation is, today I find joy in showing up real. I celebrate who I am without filters and without the performance. Today I find joy in showing up real. I celebrate who I am.
This is a reminder.
Without filters, without performance.
This is a reminder. Have lunch at 2 p.m.
And you can hear in the background, Alexa reminded me to have lunch, because another transparent moment, I forget. I do so many things during the day that I forget to eat and I forget to take my medicine. So Alexa helps me with both. She reminds me to take my medicine in the morning, and she reminds me each time it's time to partake in a meal. So there, I have taken off that particular mask. I don't have anything to hide from anyone. And I want to always be transparent to my audience, to my viewers, to my listeners. It is what it is. So today, I find joy in showing up real. I celebrate who I am. Without filters, without performance. I'm at an age that I no longer care or no longer want to perform for anyone. I still wear masks, but I'm learning to drop those masks. So, it's now time for our community spotlight. Every Friday I do a community spotlight, and today I just want to pause and say a big thank you, right? First, I want to thank my 100 plus new followers on Facebook. I want to say thank you. Welcome to the family. To all my viewers who tune in, comment, and share, your support means the absolute world to me. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my supporters, my viewers, the people that comment, the people who engage with me. I wouldn't be able to bring you all of me, all of my authentic self, all of my thoughts, all of my ideas. I wouldn't be able to do that if I did not have the community that I have. And it's building, and I love it. And I don't know what I would do without it, right? It helps my mental. It keeps me straight. It keeps me on point, and I love it. I couldn't bring you guys what I needed to bring you last week, and now here I am on a Saturday morning recording and uploading so that you would still get me, so you would still get my promise to be consistent and to bring to you a cup of cocoa and chat. I also want to thank everyone who has purchased my book, When Mama, and this was an error, so this is proof copy, because you can see it says not for sale. When Mama Was Home is the correct title. When Mama Was Home. So I want to thank everyone who has purchased my book. It is available on Amazon. Very soon I will have copies, personal copies. I will order them from Amazon and sign them, so you actually can get a signed copy and purchase them directly from me. So I'm working on that. That's something that's coming. But until then, I just want to thank everyone who has purchased from Amazon. Thank you. Your love for the project has touched me deeply, and it keeps me inspired to keep creating. And I'm excited to share my first journal. Again, this is my copy that is not for sale, but I had to do some correction. So if you purchase this on Amazon, you'll see that there's some differences. I had to do some corrections. And this I also am going to order, and you can get a signed copy right from me. That's coming soon. I'm not in the position to do that yet, but that's coming. That's something that I'm looking forward to. So I'm excited to share. That's my first journal. Then I have one that will be coming out during the Christmas holidays. I'm working on that. So I have two journals. I have a book. I have a um, coloring book that I created for my kids. I love the kids. It's my alphabet coloring book. And it's for ages 3 to 6. And as you see, I created this. This is also not for resale, but I had to do some corrections on that. So this will be on Amazon along with my first journal, probably within the next 2 weeks. I am waiting for, I did some corrections, so I'm waiting for the next proof that they will send me before I give the go ahead for it to go live. So stay tuned because we're just getting started. I am working with a company to do some mugs. And since we're coming up in the fall and the winter season, I want to do some hoodies. I love hoodies. So I'm going to do some hoodies and then be right in line to have the t-shirts roll out next spring and summer. So I am doing everything that I can to bring you everything and to share with you. So just stay tuned. Everything is coming. You know, it doesn't happen overnight, but it's coming. So all right, YouTube family, our Feel Good Friday time is ending. Just for now. But remember, joy is in showing up real. Celebrate the unfiltered moments because that's where your light shines the brightest. Okay? So if you enjoyed today's conversation, don't forget to like, comment, and share so more people can sip with us the next time. So I will be back on live on Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. But until then, I want you to take care, be bold, drop the mask, walk in your truth. As always, peace, blessings, and I love you guys, and I mean it. Bye for now.